Holy shit.
Babe, take this back, please.
Why?
Go and empty all of our bank accounts, okay? We're going to invest in the stock market. What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another video in my channel. So in today's video, we're going to talk about which stocks should you buy if you want to invest right now in the current situation and take advantage of high rewarding stocks with low risk and maximizing it for massive gains in the future. Just before we start, guys, as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you will not miss out any future content, as well as we have a free live chat Telegram group in the link in the description that worth checking out. Now this video is kind of different from my all my other videos, which I'm basically talking more about Shopify, dropshipping, eBay, things like that. But right now we have massive opportunity, guys, which I don't think that we want to miss out. For those that can afford themselves to invest in the stock market, right now is a major opportunity, and this is why I'm shooting this video. Now before I dive in straight to the stocks and start kind of analyze them, for those that don't know, before I started this channel, before I started even doing eBay dropshipping, that was like 4 years ago, before I even started e-commerce business, any e-commerce business, I was investing in stocks. This is for me the only way that I knew to make money from home. Now I'm not saying that I just opened an account, started putting money, starting investing money and just hoping for something to work out. I took some classes. I went to like a stocks trading university for a couple of months, I think 6 months, and I was studying every 6 months even before I opened my portfolio and started investing in stocks. So I do know how it works and how you need kind of analyzing the stocks for the long term and for the short term. There are main two ways that you can kind of invest in stocks, which the first one is for short term and the second one is long term. Now what do I mean by short term? There are two main things, which is day trading, that you basically trading inside the day of the market when it opens and it closed, and you never leave an open position after the market is closed. Now the second short-term investment in stocks is kind of a long trading. Now this is how we call it in Israel, so I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but basically it's trading stocks for a couple months, like maybe a month up to two, not years. So this is kind of the short-term investment option. Now the long-term investments, and this is what I'm going to share with you in this video, which is kind of the more lower risk and it's higher reward. But for you to have the reward, the higher reward that you want, you need to invest more money and you need to sit on these stocks for years to come. So if you do have really small amount of money to invest, maybe that video will not be for you, but you can stick out and just kind of learn about stocks, how to look at them and how to invest in stocks. But if you do decide to listen to my advice, those stocks that I'm going to share with you right now, there are stocks that are really low risk stocks and they have huge potential and they're just growing through the years. But right now in the current situation, it's kind of you can buy the stock for like a clearance price. So why not? You know that this stock is good and it's going to work and it's going to recover, okay? Unless it is right now the end of the world, all those stocks going to recover. Now when I started actually trading, after I did the training and I learned about it, I was doing the short-term investment. And with that is just, I did that because I didn't have the capital. I didn't have enough money to invest, to just let it sit there for years to come and then take out some of the profits. So I kind of wanted, I didn't have a huge amount of money, but I had some money on the side. So I kind of wanted to invest and kind of started making money out of it. So I went to the short-term investment and I was doing long trading and then I was doing day trading. Now both of the cases did not go so well for me, and this is why I started learning about dropshipping and e-commerce, because I felt like I'm kind of gambling my money and it didn't really felt the right step for me to do. And the right step, which I learned my personal mentor, so the one that was teaching me inside the university, so he's always investing, but he's always investing in the top companies, the top brands for the long term. He has a huge portfolio, and he is actually making decent amount of money out of stock trading. Now, I'm not saying day trading cannot work. For me, it's just too pressure for my kind of personality. So this is why I decided that if I do going to invest in the stock market, I'm going to do the same way as my mentor did, and he invested for the long term, for actually brands and companies that he knows that are going to stick around for many years to come. Now, just before I dive in straight to the stocks, I want to quickly give you a disclaimer that I'm no kind of expert or official advisor in stock trading. So everything that I'm saying to you right here is from my own experience and my own opinion, and you should do your due diligence before you decide to actually invest money in the stock market. All right, so the first stock that we have is, of course, Apple. Now, Apple, there is not too much to say. You already know that Apple is only one. Apple is Apple. This company is going nowhere in the next, I think, even decade, 2 decades, even maybe more. Now, if we'll take a look at the graph of the stock, you can see that in generally the stock is going up. Okay, we're talking about, I'm looking at a graph of 5 years. Now, the reason why I'm looking at 5 years is because if I do going to invest in Apple, it will be only for the long term. Now, in the university, they kind of explain that you have basically 3 options that the stock can look. Is the first one, it can go up, okay, and the second one, it can go down, or you have stocks that just, you know, floating around. Now, with those that floating around, you don't want to invest them ever, and you basically want to invest in stocks that are going up or going down. You have 2 different ways that you can invest in the stock, is meaning that you invest in a long position, which means that you invest that the stock is going to go up, and you have a short position, which means that you invest that the stock is going to go down. Now, as we can see in the Apple stock graph, okay, this is Yahoo Finance graph, you can clearly see that Apple stock since around 2017ish, they started to go up and they are not stopping. Right now, the stock is trading for 276.99 cents. And at the highest time, which was exactly before all this epidemic started, Apple stock was trading for $324.95. Now, there are 2 main things that can happen in this situation. You can see that I drew kind of line, that basically this line means that in overall the stock is going up, and these kind of was the lows that the stock came kind of testing the line. Now, there are 2 main things that can happen. Or the stock is going to go back to the line, and if it's going to cross the line, probably is going to crash even more, which is a good thing if you still haven't invested and you think that the stock is going to crash even further. Now, the second thing that can happen, which eventually I think will happen because Apple is going nowhere, is that Apple is going to go up again to above 300 and even crossing that, because in overall, as we said, Apple is going up. As you can see in the 5 years graph, Apple is going up and not down. And as long as the Apple is a huge brand, it's a company that you can trust in, and they are renovating all the time, and most of their products are really high quality and really successful. So the next one that we have is Boeing company. I hope that I pronounced it right. So this is also a huge, massive company that have been there for a while. Now, the one main issue that I have with this stock, that as you can see in the graph again of the 5 years, that it was kind of floating around at the same spot and didn't really have any kind of a certain movement up or down. But as you can see, it kind of went from an average 350, 400, and it just crashed to $200. Now, the difference is huge. Now, obviously with the situation, nobody's flying nowhere, and it really hurt that company. So if you do want to invest in this company, you have a good opportunity that when everything will pass and they will get back to the point of 300-400 maybe, because this is a company that I don't believe that is going to go broke. So it should recover, and if it will recover even to the lower line, which as you can see right here is 300, you still have really high potential and a good return on your investment. And even if it's going to test the second line, the higher line, it's almost going to be $400 per share. Now again, this one is a bit more riskier. Again, it's for your due diligence, but I definitely would put some of my money in this stock, because again, even if it's going to go to the lower, it's going to go around 300, and if it's going to test this second line, which is going to be around 400, is almost double from your investment. Now guys, for those that are going to stay until the end of this video, I have a special bonus stocks that nobody else is talking about, and stocks that you probably are not familiar with that can really blow up in the future. Imagine yourself if you could invest in Amazon 10 years back. You will pretty much be a millionaire right now. So stay tuned and keep watching. Next one is one of my favorites is Nike. Now Nike, as you can see, in the past let's say 2-3 years, are really growing and going up, and even before the epidemic it was a good stock to kind of catch the trend and keep investing in Nike, because again, they are growing massively and it's a brand and a company that I would feel comfortable to invest in. Now as you can see, not so long ago, this stock went lower than $70 per share, and before the epidemic it was trading over $100. Now at the day that I'm filming this video, which is April 9th, so you can see that the Nike stock kind of recovered. Okay, it went from lower than 70 up to 86.79. Now with everything that is going on right now, we can't really know if the epidemic is going to keep growing, and eventually if it will continue the same way that it is right now for at least 1 or 2 months, this will be a major problem. Basically there are two options right here. The first one is Nike is going to slowly recover and grow back up, or it can go back down again. And again, everything is depending on the situation. As you see, stocks are not going straight up, they kind of going up, down. So if you buy in right now, there is a risk that it can go up again below 70 and even lower than that. But overall, when everything is going to pass, Nike will recover and the stock price will go up again. Next one we have is Starbucks, one of my favorites. I like coffee. So right now it's trading at 73.88. Before everything happened with the epidemic and everything, it was over 90, around 100. So I would definitely looking at investing in Starbucks, global massive company. Right now trading at 73.88, has huge potential to keep growing up. As we can see, around July 2018 it really started booming and started growing up rapidly, and the highest high was $100, actually $99. So it seems like it just couldn't pass that, but it's still kind of testing this line and has the potential to even cross 100. So right now it's trading at 73.88. Again, if the current situation is going to continue, you probably will be able to even buy it for cheaper, but it really has the potential to give you massive gains in the long future. Next one we have is Microsoft. Now Microsoft, of course, is a huge company, as the technology evolves every single year and more things are becoming online and becoming everything in computers, and the technology is just basically just going and evolving all the time. Now I would say that Microsoft is really safe investment. As you can see, since 2017 it didn't stop going up, and even at the end of 2018 it started going even faster. At the highest point it was trading for 185 and right now it's 165, so the gains are not that high, but overall we see a good trend for many years now that is just going up. I think that Microsoft is here to stay and is, let's say, one of the main competitors of Apple, because in the computer space, you know, Microsoft is, let's say, the leading one. Apple has computers and they're really evolving and renovating all the time, but Microsoft is the leading one, and as we can see by the trend, is clearly it's going up and it's going to continue going up as soon as everything will go back to normal. As I promised, 2 bonus stocks that I personally would want to invest, and most of people don't really talk about them. So the first bonus stock is Shopify, one of my favorites. I really like Shopify. I know Shopify for many years now. Basically, Shopify is the e-commerce platform for those that don't know, and as the e-commerce world is growing exponentially really fast, and since Shopify came out, it's really started to be so simple and easy to open an e-commerce and online store. Brands like ColourPop, Fashion Nova use this platform, Gymshark, I think the largest gym clothing company, Gymshark, is using Shopify. The Kim Kardashians and even Adele the singer use Shopify. So Shopify is not going anywhere. It's just going to grow exponentially. It's going to grow even more. I truly believe that investing in Shopify, it's worth it to invest, because as I'm familiar with this space, I know that this is not going anywhere, and e-commerce is just growing and growing, and Shopify will be here at least, my belief, the minimum 5 years. So I think that it's really good time to invest in Shopify for minimum to 5 years, probably even more. Right now the stock is trading for $417 US, and before everything started it was over 500. Again, if you will sit enough on this stock, I truly believe that this stock can make you a lot of money. I'm looking at Shopify stock the same way that I'm kind of looking at Amazon. When Amazon came out with the FBA and Prime service and everything, when it just started, people weren't sure exactly how it's going to affect the stock and Amazon in general as a company. But people that invested in Amazon in that idea, let's say 5-10 years back, today they made a lot of money. And I really think that if you do invest in Shopify right now at this time when e-commerce is booming and is just growing, you have a really high potential that same thing will happen as happened with Amazon. Now, last but not least, but for me it's really interesting stock right here is Uber. Now, the reason why I do talk about this stock is not because you have some kind of trend that you can see, because it's kind of newly just trading on the market since I think 2019, but as a company, if you take a look at Uber, the whole idea is amazing. It gave faster and cheaper solutions for people to kind of getting a ride, and also it gave a lot of places, new places to people to, as a freelancer, to work. And you have also Uber Eats, which I think is amazing. It's really amazing solution. It really helps out people, and I think that Uber is going to be also massive and really large company. Now, right now today it's trading only for 27 bucks, which is kind of cheap compared to other stocks that we talked about. So you really have the potential to buy more shares in this stock. And if you do believe in Uber, and because again, I see it really as a simple solution, and I don't see why Uber cannot grow even more. The same way with Amazon and Shopify, the idea is great. It really helps out people. It gave new job places, and the company so far looks like it is performing really well. Again, this is my opinion. I was looking at investing in Uber. If I had enough capital, I would definitely invest in Uber, not even because the epidemic, because I do strongly believe that this is an amazing company. And if I will invest right now at this time, that it's still a new company, it's only trading for 27 bucks. I think that in the next 5-10 years, it has potential to grow and explode like Amazon and like Shopify. So guys, that's it. This is the 5 stocks plus the 2 bonus stocks that I gave you that I personally think that you should get involved with. Again, everything here is just in my personal opinion. I'm not expert, and please, if you do decide to invest, do your own due diligence and take my words just as a reference. This video is a bit different from what I'm typically doing, so I hope you kind of enjoy this video and you find it interesting and helpful. If you did, make sure you smash the like button, guys, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you will not miss out any future content. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this video, if you want to see more videos like this, more financial stuff, investing and things like that, or just ask me anything that you want in the comment section below. So with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.